With the first 7-digit yearling ever sold at Harrisburg, there were a million reasons why Session 1 was history-making. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update, and I cannot wait to see what Day 2 of the Standardbred Horse Sales Company auction has in store for us. But first, we're going to check in with the Diamond Creek consignment. Caroline, before we actually start talking about the sale, let's talk about some exciting news. Diamond Creek is standing Carl next year, right?
Yep, we're very excited about it. We don't have any really details yet. We're hoping to have him this week, but he's going to be at the farm pretty soon. He's going to have a little bit of time off and then start his new career. We're very excited to have him.
All right, now let's talk about the yearlings. Here at Harrisburg, you guys are doing something a little bit differently this year, right?
Yeah, we're actually selling some Diamond Creek yearlings. We used to in the past. It's been several years, at least 5 or 6, since we've actually had our own horses here. We just decided like the prices here have been good, and it was time for us to come back. So we're very excited. I think we have 6 of our own, so we're excited to bring our group here. It's been nice to have them.
Now, there is so much that goes behind the scenes, obviously, with any breeding facility, any breeding company. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to marketing, the behind the scenes on that with Diamond Creek is so on point. How much do you guys post? What are you on every social media platform?
Pretty much. We actually just started TikTok also, so I'm trying to figure that out. So pretty much everything. Like, I think we technically have a Snapchat. I don't use it too much, but every time there's something new, I'm like, we're gonna do it, and all my coworkers are like, oh no, please don't make us do it. So I make them do reels and stuff for me all the time, and sale's a great time because they can't run away from me when I ask. So we try to post a lot. Like, I love taking pictures and stuff, so the sales are a great time for me to just to have fun with the camera. So we definitely post a lot, because I think it's crazy, like, when people have Facebook pages and there's nothing there, because today people, like, that's where they go first for information, and it gets shared so much across the world and everything. So it's nice to, people can see Harrisburg and they're in Ireland or Sweden and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's such a great point. You're right. For the people that can't be here, they are vicariously living through the Diamond Creek social media pages.
Yeah, I mean, I like the sound of that. I'm sure they're looking through yours too, and HRU and all that. But it's just it's a fun way, and people are always asking, like, what did this horse do and how did this horse do, and also our staff also, like, they like seeing themselves on the internet. They get mad if they don't have a photo of themselves, but a lot of times they're all scowling, so I'm like, you have to smile if you want me to take a picture. But it's a lot of fun. Like, it's just a nice time, and it gets to, people can see that what the care that we put into the horses and the care that the staff puts in the horses, which I think is what we try to get across, that it's not just like a sale. We're not just selling a product. We're selling something that we've worked with for 2 years, and like there's a lot of care and like attention put into it. So we try to put that across as well. So
that's actually a great segue to get into my next question. Going from the farm to actually horses performing, seeing them on the track for Diamond Creek. On the racing side, this is an exciting month for you. Even though stake season is starting to wind down, you guys got some things going on, right?
Yeah, it's very nice. A lot of times, like, we kind of have the Breeders' Crown, and then it's kind of it for us. But this year we have Direction's going to be in the matron, and then I believe Marcus said we have some two-year-olds, Fusion Phase, are going to be racing later on as well. So it's nice to have like a little bit of like after Breeders' Crown action, because you kind of start feeling like it's winding down and it's a little sad. So it's nice to have like another couple weeks of watching the horses race before they come down for their break. Yeah, so
definitely fun. Thank you, Caroline. As always, love talking with you.
Thank you.
Oh, and also we want to say
we're
twinning a little bit here, so definitely we needed to mention that.
Yes, totally planned. Yes.
As if you guys didn't notice that already. Thanks, Caroline.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's get into some highlights from this huge Harrisburg session with almost 380 horses taking center stage in the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex on this Tuesday. A few trotting ladies who brought a lot of attention in the sales ring included hip number 313. The black filly, whose name is Upgrade, is a daughter of Green Manalishi and brought $300,000. She was consigned by Concord Stud Farm and purchased by Bax Stables of Canada. And matching that price of $300,000 was hip number 439, Ellie Hanover. The Captain Corey filly out of Expect a Lot stepped in the arena for consigner Hanover Shoe Farms and was signed for by Oki Svanstead. And yet another trotting filly fetched an impressive price. This daughter of Chapter 7, consigned by Anvil and Lace, was $200,000. Hip number 202 is a January foal named Country Sill, and she's out of the multiple stakes winner Fatosive. The yearling was signed for by Blake McIntosh. Also, with a price of $200,000 showing up on the board was a pacing colt, the son of Better's Delight, named Studio Boss. Hip number 277 was consigned by Preferred Equine and signed for by Luke Blaze of the Determination Team, who also purchased hip number 458, a Green Manalishi colt, consigned by Concord Stud Farm, named Tavern on the Green for $225,000. Another trainer who's been very busy at Harrisburg and also in the winner circle recently is Noel Daley. During his break from bidding, we caught up with him to talk about superstars, both present and future. No, before we start talking about yearlings, I think a congratulations is in order. First of all, of course, 6 Hour just won the Breeders' Crown. That was awesome. But Captain Albano, you got your very first Little Brown Jug win with him, and you're the first Australian trainer ever to win the Little Brown Jug. You still got to be thinking about that. That was so cool.
Yeah, that's one of the races you want to win. I'd never won it, so to be honest, I've never had a lot in it. I'd won a jug out, but never the jug. So that was really cool to win. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is left on the wish list? I mean, you've won just about everything, haven't you?
I haven't won a Meadowlands Pace, so so we that'd be nice along the wish list, but we'll take them as they come. Whatever comes your way, more than happy to have it. So we're happy enough with the year that we've had. So.
Now, I do want to give props to owners because they are overlooked, and I adore your owners. I love a lot of owners in this business, but yours are just so top notch.
Yeah, no, they're a pretty cool crew. I got a pretty eclectic bunch there, but they've been with me a long time, a lot of them, and they're pretty easy. I don't have too many contentious moments with them. They pretty much let me treat them like they're mine, and even the people at 6 Hour, they were really good. He's a horse is going to be finished his career with 15 starts. So, we had 4. He won his first 4 at 2, and then he made a break. He was a bit sore, so we turned him out. I brought him back. I had him ready for the Sire Stakes there in May. And I just said, you know what, it's going to be too long a year for him. And so even though he was ready, we gave away even trying to start in the Sire Stakes. So they waited, and then that way we went into the Hambo on his 4th start. And he was great that day. Just things didn't work out for him. But their patience paid with him because he had his issues, that horse. But whenever he was sound, he was a really good horse.
And actually, both Captain Albano and 6 Hour are both standing stud next year. Is that right?
Yeah, Albano will go to Blue Chip. He's got a couple more starts. He's going to go down to Dover there for a few races. And 6 Hour's done. He actually came out of the Breeders' Crown with a chip in his knee, which he probably had going in. We'd had him scanned 6 weeks before that in Kentucky. He lit up like a Christmas tree. No breaks, but we knew we had to manage him, and he did a great job that also. He won those races on limited prep. But after the Kentucky Futurity, he came back. He wasn't as sound the whole time here. And coming into that race, we were sort of just holding our breath a little. I went out to warm him up, and he was actually pretty damn sound for him. So, and raced accordingly. But, he's got a good heart, that horse. So.
All right, now let's talk about the future superstars. We're in kind of later into day 2. How many did you buy during day 1 and now on day 2?
We've got 9 here. So we have 29 total. And I'm sure there'll be a couple more, but not too many more. But I've gotten rid of most of my older horses. So try and keep our numbers down somewhat. We'd like to focus on the 2 and 3 year olds. That's what we want to do. And, so we're looking forward to it. It's always a new bunch to start with. It's always fun.
So since we are on day 2, we're just going to focus on one of them that was 6 digits. We have one that went for $100,000, hip number 274, Signal Caller. Let's talk about what you liked about this one.
Yeah, very good looking Captain Treacherous colt. We'd actually tried to buy a few Captain Treacherouses there yesterday. A few of them, run straight past us, but he was a great looking colt. The pedigree was, the mare hadn't had a high-class ones in the first couple, so we were able to get him for what I thought was a very fair price. So pretty happy with that.
And now let's talk about overall. You've been going to a lot of yearling sales over the years. As far as evolution, like what they look like and when they're brought out of the stalls, like what do you see from like years ago to today?
Yeah, no, they're all well prepped now these days, and now you're getting, especially the trotters, you're getting Captain Corey mixed in there, a bit of pacing blood mixed in. So it's always interesting, and you're willing to take a little Chapter 7 where you wouldn't want a little Always Be Mickey. It's sort of things like that. You got it, or even the Better's Delights. You've got to be regardless of size, because they're good horses. They can be small and good. It just depends on the size,
Yep. Well, just a little warning, I see a 2s in training possibly in our future, so just so you know, Noel.
Yeah, well, we've been lucky when we've done that. We've ended up having good years, so, we'll see what happens, see what we end up with. But we'll end up with 30 odd of them, so that's enough to try and find a good one, hopefully.
Hey, all right. Well, your good luck charm, we'll probably see you in April then with the camera.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Noel.
Thanks.
And since it is election day, you're probably wondering who I'm voting for when it comes to the most beautiful horse at the sale. Well, my ballot is cast for hip number 261. The Always Be Mickey colt named Ice Cold Mickey is absolutely gorgeous. He was bought by Burke Racing for $90,000, and I stopped by the Stonegate Farm consignment to learn more about this stunner. Greg, we have to talk about Ice Cold Mickey. I completely fell in love with him when I saw him walk into the sales ring. Now, what's the story there as far as the breeding on this horse? I know it's an Always Be Mickey, but tell me about the mare.
The mare, Some Moment Somewhere, I bought from Diamond Creek in foal to Always Be Mickey.
Oh my goodness. So when this horse comes out and it is this color, what are you thinking? Like, wow, or did it develop into that color?
It sort of developed more into that color, and we were kind of hoping that he'd stay that color just because he is unique.
And he also went for $90,000. You must be pretty happy with that, right?
Yeah, I'm happy.
And to the Burks, which is always great when you have a horse going to the world's leading trainer.
Exactly. Like, I'm confident he's in good hands, and, the rest will be taken care of.
Also with Ice Cold Mickey, he has a barn name. You guys don't call him Mickey, right?
No, his barn name's Derek.
That's just because every horse has a barn name?
Every horse has got a barn nickname.
Who came up with an actual proper name of this horse?
The proper name, I think I'm the one that picked it out.
Well, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about Stonegate, because this is a generation after generation family business, actually. It started with your mom and your dad.
Yep, my dad started a farm in 1965. 8 years ago he passed away, and then my mom ran it for 4 years. She wanted to retire, and I wasn't ready to stop, so I bought all the horses off my mother, and we're continuing on.
Your dad, Bob, a definite legend, right? I believe he's in the Harness Racing Hall of Fame of Immortals, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So right now, you're just doing the broodmare thing. Like, what's Stonegate all about?
Stonegate these days is all about breeding mares, foaling out mares, raising weanlings, turnouts, anything to keep the hustle going.
And I heard that you're an actual farmer. Like you actually have crops and cows, is that right?
Yeah, I've got about 35 Black Angus cows. We grow hay, corn, soybeans, all the hay and straw for the farm, so we're pretty self-sufficient.
So not only does it go from your parents to you, but your kids are very much into this. Peyton and Ryan, right?
Peyton and Ryan, and my oldest Anthony, who's home. He had to work. He's a diesel mechanic. But yeah, everybody's involved.
I want to get Peyton and Ryan to come over. Hey, Peyton and Ryan, come here for a second. They're actually out of school today, but it's legit because it is election day, so there's no school. So we don't want anybody thinking they're playing hooky. Okay, so you guys actually do the foaling in the barn. So tell me about that experience.
It's fun. It's like a one-in-a-lifetime thing. I mean, a lot of kids at my school don't really get to experience all the livestock work and stuff. So it's cool to have fun and do that with my mom and stuff.
Do you like staying up all night long and then seeing the horses being born? What do you think about it?
It's cool because not many, like she said, not many people get to do that. And, well, it ruins my sleep, but but I like it because it's cool seeing them, just being born and everything.
Yeah, babies are cute. Baby foals are so cute. So are you having fun at the Harrisburg Sale? You guys do this every year, don't you?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's cool to see a lot of different horses, especially the one that sold for $1 million. People that don't come here don't really get to see that. $1 million getting sold here. No one ever thought that would have been sold for $1 million.
Yeah, that was amazing. Favorite part for you? My favorite part is all the food at the consignments.
I just like the horses because I like horses, and coming out here with my family, it's really fun and everything, and the food, like you said.
Yes. All right. No, that's awesome. Thank you, you guys. I love it. I love that harness racing is so family oriented. So thank you to Stonegate for keeping it generation after generation. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dale, day 2 is in the books. We were smiling huge yesterday after the first session. Are we still smiling?
Still smiling. I think, it was, as every sale, it's a weak spots and heavy spots, but I think it held pretty strong today, and that's how everybody feels. Yeah.
Any big takeaways? Because I really felt like there was these few trotting fillies that really lit up the board, a pacing colt as well. So any takeaways for you?
No, not really. I just, we've discussed maybe, some of them, but you can't put everything on Monday. You got to have something on Tuesday, and those horses probably would have easily qualified for Monday, but they were pedigree-wise Tuesday better, and I think it helps the Tuesday. It keeps people interested and keeps people here.
How about day 3? How many horses do we expect to walk through the ring?
I think on day 3 it's right around 340. It's less than today, so we should be done. I'm going to think around 5:30 tomorrow. So we can get ready for the changeover.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know it, the All-American mares are already here. So tomorrow they'll be able to show them if they, we made room for them to bring them in, and it worked out for them trucking-wise and everything. So they got them in today so they can show tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that. All-American, it's the first phase of their dispersal, so there's going to be some incredible broodmares here. I think actually Testa Faith's mom's going to be here.
Yes, Testa Faith's mom, Captain Albano's mom. It's a list, and of course Buy-Around's here, and Buy-Around's mother's here. It's kind of cute the way we left Rob line them up the way they want it, and he put Buy-Around first, and his mother's on my tab, and they're the first two. It's Buy-Around on my tab. So, yeah, they got a tremendous group. There's a lot of tremendous horses here for Thursday and Friday. I mean, I'm being very optimistic. I think we could sell another $1 million horse this week.
Wow! Oh my God, that's exciting. It's a cliffhanger, and that means keep coming back to watch our highlights. Absolutely. Yeah. And of course, so tomorrow is Wednesday, or if you're watching this Wednesday morning, get to the sale because there's going to be another great round of horses going through, and you're going to want to be here to see all these great horses that are going to come through the ring on Thursday, like you talked about with All Americans.
Friday. Thursday and Friday. Friday's fairly loaded on the racehorse side too. And I don't name names, and I don't want to name names because that seems like it jinxes. The next thing I know, they're on the outboard.
Oh no, we don't want that to happen.
Want that to happen? No, not at all. But there's horses selling tomorrow that would have qualified for Tuesday, just like there's Tuesday horses that would have qualified for Monday. But it's a different. Anybody that's done it, the other sales companies and prior to me, it's a difficult job.
Yeah.
Because you try to please everyone, and it don't happen.
Right. I'm not applying for that job anytime soon. I'm glad that you're in charge. You are the man with the plan. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much for joining me for day 2 at the Standardbred Horse Sales Company Yearling Auction. And if you have not subscribed to Harness Racing Update yet, what are you waiting for? That is where you will find complete coverage, and the newsletter is free. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for the 3rd session. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Heather Vitale for HRU.